And in putting the new products in my makeup drawer, I was realizing I'm throwing away this like facade. This facade I used to wear every single day with these makeup products of a person that I am not truly. We are headed out for a beach day in Galveston. My little swim cover-up dress on. We're also stopping in and out on the way. Packing these sunscreens. We've got just a regular spray 50. This parasol, which we got over in France, and it's so good. It smells good. It's super light. It doesn't break me out. But I'm also gonna bring the Naked Sundays primer sunscreen. It's got an SPF 50, which is great. Jake is changing, and I don't have any makeup on the way out there, but I'm bringing everything to like get cute after. In fact, I'll show you the dress I'm wearing for a little date after this one. So cute. Just like really flowy and light. And I'm finishing my period. I'm on like the last day, like not enough to use like any kind of products, you know, like a disc or pad or anything, but I'm wearing this like printed bikini so that if anything happens, no one will be the wiser. So let's pack up, let's get ready to go, and then we'll hit the beach with our beach gear that we also got on TikTok. We're taking our little cooler here. This thing's amazing because it has so much room. It stays so cold all day. It's even got backpack straps with the bottle opener. So we're gonna bring that. We're gonna bring our pop-up tent, lots of electrolytes, and just have ourselves a time. Here so early, we're the very first, or number one, the very first customers of the day. Protein style, no cheese, animal style fries, regular fries. It's 10:30 in the morning, by the way. Our little setup for the day. Best part?
Just being with you.
Do you ever dye your eyebrows and you're like, whoa, those are too dark? For the first couple days, that's like almost always where I am. Also, there's like a sickening amount of skincare on my face because today I had to film some face masks and all the things, and I just feel like I have 8 layers of skincare. It feels like I'm wearing makeup because I have so much skincare on my face. I don't think the skin flooding is going to be for me. I've been so excited all week to film cleaning out my makeup drawer and what I'm putting in it because I just got a ton of new products, some from samples, some that I purchased myself, and they're like better products than I've ever used. This is definitely an exercise of self-worth, of trusting myself and splurging on myself. Not even splurging, these are things I use all the time, but it is a practice of knowing that I am worth it. I'm allowed to spend my own money on me. In fact, I was telling my husband this a couple weeks ago. One of the first internet
influencers or like YouTubers that I ever watched was a makeup artist, and she sold a product on there. It was like $15, and it was like an under eye concealer, and I bought it and I felt horribly guilty. I felt so much shame for spending money on myself, even though I was the breadwinner, even though I was the one paying most of our bills, even though I had made that money and it was $15. I was like, I hid the purchase from my partner at the time. That's crazy, because obviously I'm spending a lot more on self-care now than I did then, and $15 is nothing crazy. Like, that's a very affordable product, and so it's just wild to think about how far I've actually come. I've been so excited all week to film that, and for some reason it just feels like the work to do it is daunting, not because I'm not excited to talk about it and go through it, but because I want to show the products, and I'm doing that thing where I'm like, oh, I want to save them for a day I'm actually wearing makeup out, and today I'm not. I'm doing like skincare content, and so yeah, I'm doing that thing where I'm like bogarting the thing that I want. I'm just delaying my own joy. How many times have I talked about on this channel like not doing that anymore, and then here I am like saving the products for a special moment, and it's like, I really don't need to do that. But I am going to call myself out and say, like, I'm allowed to put on all my beautiful makeup and do nothing and not feel guilty about that, and I'm allowed to not save it for special occasions, because I do trust myself to have the resources to get more when I run out. And when you see my makeup drawer, you will realize I've never once ran out. I never finish a makeup product. It always goes bad before I do. So Jake and I are doing just a ton of personal processing together on our own, like just a lot of that phase where you're finding a lot of like stuff hidden in your mental and emotional attic, and we're bringing it out. And one of the lessons we were picking up from one of the resources we use for this was talking about holding on and letting go. In the case of like not using the makeup that I love, the stuff that I invested in, the higher quality products, that is a case of both holding on too tight and not letting go. I'm not letting go of the old products. I'm not letting go of the old life where I felt ashamed of spending $15 on myself. I'm not letting go of a life where just dressing up wasn't worth it because I wasn't worth it. I'm not that person anymore. I don't operate with that mindset. It's also a holding on. It's a gripping to an old way of seeing the world. It's a gripping to products that don't serve me anymore. It's a gripping to this fear and lack mentality. And it's a delicate dance. Sometimes they feel like the same thing, holding on and letting go. Sometimes they feel like complete opposites. Sometimes the one that feels wrong is actually what you should do. Like, it feels like you should desperately grip to this person or job or income streams, and like what you really need to do is completely let go of that, and vice versa. So it's kind of cool that that's happening in my physical world and in my work, and also in me like spending this money on myself or getting these products from brands who want to see how I think of them and how they work for me. What a dance. What a time.
So what I've been doing for the past week is living with all my new products here, and it's not cute, and it's actually stressing me out. And I'm going to go through all of the stuff in my makeup drawer, which is an absolute mess. Pull out the stuff that I'm not wearing because it's old, and pull out the stuff that I'm not wearing because it just like either doesn't work for my skin type or doesn't match my complexion, whatever. Because what happened this week, while I was already planning to do this, is that I had a family member lose absolutely everything in the Spokane fires. If you don't know, a wildfire ripped through the Spokane area on the north side, and I have a ton of family there. Most of them are evacuated. All of them are safe, thank goodness. But I have a cousin who lost literally everything. She went running out of her apartment with her daughter wearing slippers. I'm going to be donating to her GoFundMe, but also take some of these products that I'm not using or samples that I've gotten that I've tried and filmed and I can give to her. I'm going to share those. There's also going to be a GoFundMe link at the bottom of this video if you want to share with that. I know that things like wildfires are like, they're just such a daunting thing because there's so many people who need help. And there's no wrong way to help. And this is just the way that I want to give back to her because she really gave me a sense of freedom when I was younger. I have talked a lot about growing up in a small town where I really knew I didn't belong. And she was the cousin who I went, the moment I got a driver's license, I would drive to her home, stay with her and her parents every weekend. And I would live her life with her. She welcomed me into her friendship circles, her social life. And in doing that, because it was a bigger city away from the little town where I was just like, being told I didn't belong, it really made me realize, oh wait, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just in the wrong town. And so her doing that for me just really opened my eyes to the world and made me see like there's nothing wrong with me. It's a no-brainer. I want to give as much as I possibly can to her. So let's clean some stuff out. And again, I will also be donating to her. Let's start with this little bucket of goodies. This is mostly primers, and like the very first product you would put on. I'm gonna keep the Power Grip. I actually do like that. But these two color correctors, I've tried the one from Revolution. It is covered in makeup because I've traveled with it a lot and it just got messy in my makeup bag. And the one from e.l.f., I actually don't use these and they make my skin a little too, like it takes away any skin color and then it makes this too pale. This one actually has niacinamide in it, so a little bit of skincare. This one has Cica, which I don't really know much about, but it's also their poreless and I love the e.l.f. poreless. But I'm gonna send both of these to her after I clean off the bottles because they're not old or anything. I just don't use them. This is the number 7 foundation. I used to use this religiously because it's a nice mousse formula. I don't use it anymore. It's just too light for here, down here where there's so much humidity. The NYX primer for shine actually works really, really well. I'm gonna keep this guy because in the fall I'll be using him a lot. And then I actually have 2 of these. They're not a priming product. They're actually powders. These are kind of too beat up to send her. I think they're pretty broken, but they're like a gel to powder. And so what it does is you can use it on anywhere you have shine. I can't really show you the product now, but they're really good to keep in your purse because they are clear. So they're great if you like use fake tan on your face or your face changes a lot with different like sun exposures, because this will match anything because it's clear and then it just gives a matte finish. But both of these are pretty broken and I think it's time to just actually let them go. And the last one, I also have the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I really like this one. It goes on so smooth and it really does feel, I have very large pores, so that actually did really help me. I did like this product. I'm gonna keep this one too. It's also kind of like soothing for all the products that I'm keeping to like clean them and make them feel new again, because I am going to be putting them in my makeup bag next weekend when we go out of town. I am replacing my foundation. This is the first place I can actually show you what I'm replacing with, but for some reason, I really can't explain it to you, but the Tinted Hydrator from Wet n Wild has been like such a good product for me. Why? I don't know. I always kept one in my gym bag because they're like so affordable, but for some reason, the finish just looks so good on me, which is, I don't know. I can't explain that one. I do still love the Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. It does add a nice glow, but because I have pretty mature skin, I'm 39, it doesn't look perfect. So I have to be pretty careful with it. I can't do too much on my forehead. It'll settle into fine lines. I like it more here and across my cheek a little, but it is good. The under eye brightener from Catrice, pretty good. It's got a nice like orangey tone to it, which helps because I have very dark purple under eye circles. A little bit of that right now. I do think it gives a good amount of coverage to those without being too bright. I also have the Huda Beauty one for under eyes, and I was recommended this by a makeup artist who did my makeup around my wedding. I actually did my own makeup, but I went to a makeup artist to show me kind of a natural look, and she suggested this shade, and it's almost the same. It's orange, so according to her, I don't really know much about the color theory there, but it helps to minimize and balance out the purple that's under my eyes, and my eyes did look really nice that day. This is another one that's old, and I'm not sure I should keep it because that was 2 years ago. I used to use this foundation a lot. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. I like it. It's a good everyday, and because my skin tone would change so much like throughout the year, I'd be like really into using tans in the summer, fake tans on my face, and then not so much in the fall, and then not at all at winter, but then sometimes in the winter I would do one. And so like I would usually have 1 or 2 of these in different shades and be able to kind of either like mix them or use different shades throughout the week. But I have not worn foundation in forever and I don't see it coming, so that's gonna go. Do you remember the other day I was talking about how I bought a concealer and I felt so guilty about it? I still have it. It is so old. And then I have the e.l.f. I think this is the Camo, yeah, the Camo Hydrating Concealer. I do use this and I use it often because it's a shade that's lighter than my natural shade, and so I can use it for kind of like concealing under the eyes and also onto my cheeks. And that way I can really brighten that area if I'm trying to contour and slim my nose. What I'm replacing foundation with is this. This is the MAKE Diffusion Dew Radiant Skin Tint, and it comes with a brush. I got this as a sample from MAKE, and it's just the most incredible formula. Apparently it's the one Hailey Bieber uses, I don't know, but the formula on this is so unreal and gorgeous. Oh my gosh, and it just feels so good and hydrating to put on. It literally feels like almost cooling when you put it on. The brush feels amazing. So I'm excited for this to just be in my makeup drawer for good. Comes in the most gorgeous packaging. It's a pretty, like, it's a buildable formula. I would say it's light to medium coverage to begin with, probably even light. And a really rich but liquid formula to start. So I'll be doing a full face of that in a little bit. Concealer, this one's from Milk. It's the Hydro Grip and it lasts 12 hours and it actually works on my mature skin because it is more hydrating. So it comes in a stick formula and it's got really good coverage. But it's nice and smooth to work with. So it really melts into the skin and then it lasts a really long time. Moving on to bronzers and contouring. I have used this one. It's from Saatchi. It's the Stain one, I think it's called. I'm not even sure what this is called, but it's a nice cool formula. It's just a little light for me. It's just a tiny bit too light, but it is a nice color. It's just that like sometimes it's not dark enough for real contour on my face depending on how much tanner I have. And the applicator is quite large, so it's really hard to be precise with it. I do use it pretty often though, so it's sticking around. I've also tried this cream bronzer from Makeup Revolution. Sometimes I would even use it as contouring. Don't hate me, I know I'm not supposed to do that. I like it, but it's a little thick and drying to me. Like it just goes on a little too muddy and too heavy, so that one's gonna go. It's still good, like it's definitely not out of working order, so I think I'm gonna send it to my cousin and just see if she wants to try it. I've also used this contour palette from e.l.f. and I actually have used it quite a bit. It's really good on top of like a gel product, so I still use this one quite often. I'm definitely gonna keep it, but it's not quite strong enough for me on its own. So it's kind of like an in-between, but it's gonna stick around. And then another Wet n Wild, I don't know. Also just because I often used to have like a whole makeup set in my gym bag. So this one is a bronzer highlighter. It's got like a high amount of shimmer. It's Sunset Striptease, which I wish it wasn't called that. But it's good, it does add a nice glow, so it's sticking around. My new bronzer powder comes from Tarte. They sent me this Macaroon Sculpt in Bronze, and it comes with its own brush, which is amazing, and it's a double-sided brush. Comes in this gorgeous compact, and then it's got two sides to it. One side is a cream contour with a little bit of a cool tone to it, and I use the shorter end of the brush for that. And then one side is a powder bronzer, which I use the fluffier side for. So it's got everything you need in like a tiny compact, and the brush itself is just so nice. And I got another contour stick. This one's from Timeforia. This is brand new. I just got this like 2 days ago. And it is a really nice contour stick with its own brush on the bottle. Really nice cool tone with a brush on the other end. So it's really easy to work with. You can get good precision off that because you can work with the side of the stick. I was sent this one from Polite Society as one of my very first samples. So it's not very old, but it's just a little bit too pinky for me. It's a very light summery pink. It would go really well for spring and summer profiles, but for me it's just a little too pink. This one is the e.l.f. putty one. I used to love it because I loved the color of the peach, but obviously I've gotten a lot of other products in there because once you start putting it on, it takes other products off your finger from your face. So that's gotten just a little too gross to use, and it didn't blend fully. And then I also got this as the package with the contour stick from Saatchi, and again, it's just a little too bubblegum pink for me. It's just the wrong shade of pinks. In its place, I've got two new blushes. The first one is this one. It's an Orange Stain from e.l.f. And the reason I picked orange, they actually call this Orange Crush, is because I have gold amber eyes, and apparently this is meant to bring it out. And I really love this one because it also works as a lip stain. So this is a really fun product to work with because you can do it as a cheek stain and a lip stain, and the color does really bring out gold in your eyes if you have any gold flecks. The other one I got, Wonderskin sent me their blush stain as well, and I picked the shade Toasty because being a soft autumn, I really wanted more of like a berry or rich tone instead of the peach. I think those are my two kind of blush colors. Just stunning. I didn't get any new eyeshadows, but I did buy this one back when I wasn't sure of my color palette, and it's just the wrong shades for me. I don't actually think I've even once used it, so I'm gonna send that off to my cousin. These two from Morphe I have used quite a bit. So the first one I've used only a couple times. It's the Palm Spring palette, and it does just have some really fun colors. So I'm gonna keep this around for fall because these are great for fall. And then this one I use absolutely religiously. That's why it's absolutely disgusting. It's the Malibu palette, and it's just so many wonderful tones. If you're in autumn, any kind, true, deep, or soft, these colors are just so beautiful. I used to think when I would watch influencers, like if the product was brand new and they just like never, it looked completely unused, then they were lying if they said it was like their favorite, because like obviously they didn't use it that much. And now I know sometimes it's that it's like you treasure it so much that you don't want the bottle to look bad. And so you take like extra care every single time you use it. Like even when I use that MAKE Skin Tint, I clean the bottle like you wouldn't believe. Brow gels, I was using this. It's the NYX glue and it just didn't have a strong enough hold and it's not very good. So it's in the trash pile, but I switched it for this one, which is the Combat Gel. You can find this on TikTok. And I actually have a TikTok about going for a 6-mile jog in like 82% humidity, 90 degrees, and it stayed. It's like very, very strong. It's kind of hard to work with though, because you do have to use like a little brush dipped in there, which means the brush, you go through a lot of the spoolie brushes, but it's very strong. This is actually a new product though. It's the gel eye pencil from CoverGirl. It's the ink line, and I have it in the, it's like a sparkling kind of burgundy color, and it's just beautiful. It's a nice burgundy if you're into that look. It's very, very big right now with the influencers. So, and it looks gorgeous if you have green eyes, amber eyes, anything like that. It's just really, really stunning. I just bought a new bottle of this, but I always use the Lash Paradise in Latte Brown. Sometimes I'll have the black, but the Latte Brown looks just so stunning. I have 3 Sachu stains. I got the set that has these 3 colors in them. Truly a million different lip liners, but who doesn't have a million different lip liners? I also have all 3 shades of the Cloud Whip blurring lipstick from ColourPop, and I love all of them. They're berry tones, and they're just, the formula is great. It is blurring. If you have fine lines on your lips, like you have mature skin, it's perfect for that. Just nice and light, but it does come off extra thick and pigmented, so it feels really good. This stuff will stay on through an absolute apocalypse. I will only probably ever wear this. It's such a thick formula. It has a nice doe foot on it that's pretty easy for application, and it truly, like, you can eat, drink, whatever. You actually have to use either makeup remover, or a lot of times I'll use like olive oil to get it off at the end of the night because it sticks. And lastly, one other pink shade is the Fenty in Fashion Fiend number 7. It's thick and sticky, but it is a really, really great formula. And one new one I got is the Kulfi Lip Liner Stain, and this stuff lasts so well. And I picked the color Chori Chori. It's not as bright as the box would make you think. It's more like a rosy pink. Really beautiful color, and it will stay all flippin' day. They meant it when they said it's a stain. Like, it will be there for the rest of your life. So that's it. I'm gonna go do a full face, do some content while I do it, and then pack this up and wrap up this episode. Okay, so here's the full beat. So the full face of makeup with those products. I'm wearing the Skin Tint, the Glass Duo Skin Tint that Hailey Bieber apparently loves. It's the one from MAKE. I'm wearing the Berry, that kind of brownish reddish cheek stain from Wonderskin. I'm wearing a little bit of contour, a little bit of bronzer from Tarte. The contour is from Timeforia. And then I'm wearing the lip liner by Kulfi. I also packed up my bag for my cousin. It's full. I think it's got like 7 dresses in there. It's got some skincare in there. It's got all sorts of stuff. And then I'm also going to be doing the donation on GoFundMe. I wanted to wrap something up that happened in the bathroom when I was like doing all the cleaning out of my makeup drawers and all the products and talking through it. I ended up with this big pile of products that I had to throw away. They're old. They're not good anymore. They're expired. I don't use them. What's cool about that, and in putting the new products in my makeup drawer, I was realizing I'm throwing away this like facade. This facade I used to wear every single day with these makeup products of a person that I am not truly. It just felt really good to look at these old products that I don't use anymore, throw them away, and free myself of that old identity and that old facade. Literally and metaphorically, throw away that facade. My makeup had become a mask that I was wearing that no longer fits who I've become. I just feel so much more aligned, and it felt so good to put in the new products into my drawers and be like, they are ready for me whenever I want them. This is who I am now. I know it sounds kind of like a big dramatic way to talk about makeup, but I think that's why we're here. I think that's what our conversations, you and I, are about, is finding the places where there's beauty in the little moments, and also the parts of ourselves we want to celebrate and explore, and really letting go of a lot of the past, letting go of a lot of my old wishes and dreams. And I think it's happening in every aspect of my life. My body's changing as I get older. It feels like it goes through everything, every part of my life. There's just these phases of like, there's just these places I'm learning to let go and what to hold on to. So today felt really good to do that in my makeup drawer, and this
mask of makeup I used to wear, let it go. I just wanted to put that out there for you. It might hopefully spark you to go into your bathroom, your vanity, wherever you keep your makeup. Take a look, see what makes you feel high worth, see what doesn't, throw away what doesn't make you feel good, and ask yourself what you truly want and what makes you feel that way. I'm so glad you were here this week. I'm so glad you watched this vlog. Thank you for taking this journey with me and for subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe now. It really helps my channel. It really helps me grow. Share this with a friend. Share it on your socials anyway. It really helps me find new audience members, build this community, and I'm just so glad you're here. I'm so grateful for you and your time. So I will see you next week again.